If I'd have known that, I'd run a lot faster. That is something I just have to get used to.
If you're okay with the way things are, and just say so.
How would you like to go away for the weekend?
I owe you an apology.
I'm seeing Sonny with fresh eyes.
Got a lead on the man who almost burned Michael to death.
General Hospital latest update. Shocking sabotage, dangerous secrets, and explosive confrontations rock Port Charles. Kristina mistakenly targets Rick's car, while Drew fights to clear his name. Sasha issues a cryptic warning, and Sonny and Jason chase a deadly lead in Toronto. Meanwhile, Lucky tempts Liz with a trip, and Brooke Lynn faces heartbreak. Don't miss it! Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers Friday, March 28th. Kristina sabotages Rick's vehicle by mistake, Drew's side of story. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, March 28th reveal that Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, will sabotage Rick Lansing's, Rick Hurst vehicle by mistake, while Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, shares his side of the story. Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Sophia Matson, will also deliver a warning, so let's talk about what's ahead in Port Charles. For starters, Drew will sense that Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, has turned Kai Taylor, Jens Austin Astrup against him. That's why Drew will push for a chance to explain his side of things and hope to change Kai's perspective. At General Hospital, Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott will tell Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, that Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charlson, is in complete agreement with her. It's rare for Tracy and Monica to be on the same page, but they'll both be standing against Drew and all the Quartermain crypt drama on Friday's episode. Thinking of the Quartermain crypt, it looks like Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, will be ready to get a crew to demolish it following Drew's demand. Ezra will tell Giovanni Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, Emma Drake, Braden Bruner, and Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, that there's nothing anybody can do to stop this, but Emma will do something extreme and try to prove him wrong. Over with Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, she'll spend some time mulling over the past on Friday's show. Anna may reflect on some regrets regarding her history and ultimately make some predictions regarding her future. At Charlie's Pub, Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, will give Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, updates on his weekend getaway with Elizabeth. Lulu may worry Liz and Lucky's reunion is moving too fast since he'll get the feeling his sister thinks this is a bad idea. As for Sasha, she'll warn someone that they can't tell anyone they saw it. That might involve proof of Jen Sidwell's, Carlo Rhoda payment following their arrangement, or something baby-related that Sasha wants to keep under wraps. Sasha has to be careful when it comes to the paternity secret she's protecting, so she'll try to stay vigilant about that. At Ava Jerome's, Mora West apartment, she'll trade threats with Kristina as their latest argument heats up. After Kristina vows to stop Ava, she'll make a vengeful move that'll end in disaster. Rick is parked in Ava's usual parking space, so Kristina will assume that's Ava's vehicle when she targets it. Kristina will apparently tamper with Rick's car by mistake. And to make matters worse, Elizabeth will eventually end up traveling with him. General Hospital spoilers say Lucky will be horrified when he realizes what Kristina's done, so don't miss all the wild news and backlash. Today's next update, Sonny and Jason head to Toronto on a lead, and Lucky invites Elizabeth to take a trip to New York. Today on General Hospital, Alexis and Rick make peace as to Molly and Kristina. Plus, Isaiah is hiding a secret. Diane arrives at her office and finds Alexis on the floor. She immediately assumes something is wrong, but Alexis was only trying to meditate. She needed to find peace as she's about to do something hard. She has to strike a truce with Rick for Molly's sake. She asks Diane to stay and referee. Rick arrives, and Alexis thanks him for coming. Rick says he owes her an apology, shocking her. He says baiting her into constant arguments isn't fair to her or their daughter. Alexis agrees but asks where this is coming from. He says Cody gave him some new perspective the other day. She accepts his apology, and he says he accepts hers. She notes she didn't give one, and Diane suggests they both quit while ahead. They call a ceasefire and shake. Lucky invites Liz to New York. Liz talks with Lucas on the phone and says that, based on what little Rick told her, Portia's done something really bad. She says she'll see him soon and heads into Charlie's, where Lucky has set up a dinner for them. He arranged to get them chicken parm from Lorenzo's in New York City, and they reminisce about their trip there years ago. Lucky asks if she'd like to go on a little getaway with him back to New York. They flash back to their trip years ago, and Liz remembers she had the time of her life. Lucas puts on a song, the first song on the mixtape he made her, and they listen to as they drove to New York. They dance, and Lucky says he found the hotel they stayed in and he booked them a room. They are interrupted when Liz's work alarm goes off on her phone, and her shift is about to start. She thanks him for this, but he says she never said what her answer was to the trip. She says he knew what it was before he asked. Get your kidneys checked. At the hospital, Stella arrives to see Lucas for their appointment. She's being tested for kidney disease just out of precaution. She has high blood pressure, which is a risk factor for kidney disease. Lucas says he is at risk for it as well because he has diabetes and he took the same tests. They spout facts about kidney disease in what is clearly a PSA. Felicia attends Sasha's latest appointment with her and asks as her patient advocate if she's considered adding her baby's father to her medical file given they all know it's Jason. Sasha says she doesn't want him involved. Felicia advises Sasha to settle everything with Jason before the birth of the baby because he could file for a paternity test and want rights towards the child later on. Sasha is positive Jason won't do that. However, on her way out, Sasha leaves Jason a message saying there is something they need to take care of. Jordan opens up to Isaiah. Isaiah and Jordan return to her place after a 5-mile hike. They kiss, and then Jordan fills him in her conversation with Ezra Boyle about Laura and Sonny's relationship. She hates it, but she agrees with him. If Laura had moved the Esplanade, it would have revitalized that area and been a blow to Sonny's organization. She is starting to realize that Laura will never see Sonny as the danger he is. Jordan knows Sonny has done a lot of good with his money, but it doesn't mean he's not dangerous. Then there are guys like Drew and Ezra who do good things, but she trusts Sonny far more than them. She has to side with Sonny and Laura over them, but if she was mayor, she'd be the kind to shut down Sonny's business. Nina arrives at Ava's place to see her. She says she thinks she and Portia are going to find a way to deal with their Drew problem. Ava is glad, but has to rush out and take Avery to Sonny's. Nina finds it odd she's in a hurry to see a man who hates her. Ava explains she and Sonny are trying to get along for Avery's sake, and she's seeing Sonny with fresh eyes after a very illuminating conversation. Molly and Kristina make peace. Sonny's, Kristina calls Isaiah and leaves a message about what could happen if her father has another incident and doesn't have his meds on him. Molly arrives and Kristina asks if something is wrong. Molly explains their mom told her Kristina was here, and she wants her sister back. She says she's lost so many people this past year, and she wants them to be like they were before everything changed. She hates she'll never see Sam again, and she doesn't want things to be strained between them and that they only see one another in times of crisis. Kristina asks what she has in mind. Molly suggests small steps at first, like movie nights. She says their mom needs this as much as they do. They start laughing, and Kristina admits she missed her. Molly has missed her too, and they hug. They're interrupted by a knock at the door, and it's Ava arriving with Avery. Kristina asks Molly to take Avery to the playroom where Pilar is. Once alone, Ava brings up the scene the other day when Sonny had that attack. She asks if he's seeing a doctor. Kristina says that's none of her business. Ava says it is, as if Sonny isn't well, then Avery should be with her full time. She thinks a judge would agree. Ava departs. Molly heads to see her mom's office and finds her dad there. He suggests they do dinner this weekend and heads out. Diane found that entire exchange thrilling and leaves the Davis women to talk. Alexis explains she invited her father here to call a truce, but Rick did it before she had a chance. She says Cody spoke to him and got through to him. Alexis notes today Rick was the bigger person and she accepted the olive branch. Molly says her mom deserves some of the credit as well. Alexis asks if there is a reason for this visit, not that she's not glad to see her. Molly tells her mom that she and Kristina talked about getting things back on track and even discussed having an old-fashioned Davis girls' night. Alexis is thrilled. Brick is back with intel. Sonny's office, Jason is furious to learn about the incident with Ava and pushes him to get the surgery now. Sonny can't while his family is in danger. Brick arrives and he has a lead on the man who almost killed Michael. Brink says the man is named Stilinski and he is ex-intelligence and a contract killer. Sonny says that explains Valentine's connection, and Brick says the only way to hire this guy is through the dark web. Brick's tracked him down to Toronto and Jason offers to get there on Sonny's plane immediately. Brick tells Jason to be careful to the point of paranoia. Even if he gets the drop on this guy, he is very dangerous. Sonny thanks Brick for the intel and they'll take care of this guy. Brick leaves and Sonny insists to Jason that he's going with him to Toronto. Jason refuses, as there are too many things that could go wrong with his health. Jason reminds him Stilinski is a middleman and they still need to know who hired him. Sonny says his mind won't be changed, grabs his gun, and won't let anyone come after his family again. They take off. Camera pans to a photo of Michael and Morgan on Sonny's desk. What's Isaiah hiding? Back at Jordan's, she tells Isaiah she would never try to steal Laura's job, but if it were her, she'd stay as far away from Sonny as possible. There is a knock at the door and it turns out to be Brick with flowers. He wanted to see if she was free for dinner. That's when he spots Isaiah, and Jordan says she has plans tonight. Brick says it appears they are a couple, so he'll leave them alone. Jordan asks Brick not to let anyone know she is seeing Isaiah. Brick agrees to keep her secret, and he also hopes Isaiah is not a part of his family's questionable activities which he heard about. Brick leaves them and Jordan asks what that was about. Isaiah says Brick has clearly looked into him. He asks if she asked him to. She didn't, and she trusts him to tell her whatever she needs to know about him. Kristina interrupts. Ava returns home and finds Rick sitting in her living room with a drink in hand. He happened to park in her spot because all the visitors' spots were taken. She's annoyed as she had to park on the street because of him. He says he's in too good a mood to fight and kisses her. He says he and Alexis have called a truce for their daughter. Suddenly, Kristina bangs on the door and demands Ava open up, as they are going to finish this once and for all. Brooke Lynn worries about Chase. Chase comes home to find Brooke Lynn working in the kitchen, and he thought she'd be at deception. Brooke Lynn says she'd rather be doing work at home than the office. Chase asks if Lulu is harassing her. Brooke Lynn says she quit and it's because of him. Chase swears he was going to tell her about their chat, but of course Lulu had to tell her first. Brooke Lynn loves him for looking out for her, but threatening to arrest Lulu isn't who he is. He says he'll do whatever it takes to keep her and her secret safe. Brooke Lynn thinks what Lulu's really upset about is that Dante never told her about her past with Dante. Chase calls Lulu selfish, only thinking about herself, and this is for him too. Brooke Lynn knows that and wishes she could make this better for him. He knows this is not her fault, and he has to learn to live with the fact that she had a baby with his best friend. She asks him not to compromise himself or who he is because of Lulu. They hug one another. On the next General Hospital, Kristina vows to stop Ava, and Ezra arrives at the Quartermain estate to tear down the crypt and tells Gio and Emma nobody can do anything to stop this. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.